Right, I think we're live. My name's Roger Lewis, aka Tone Freaks, and I just wanted to make this quick video. Well, it may not be quick. I've just been watching this video here, and it's Bill Gates being interviewed by Chris Wallace on Fox News about the so-called coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Bill Gates is well known for Microsoft and their great track record with viruses, of course, but the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who are advocates for vaccination, and their vaccination programs in the corporate PR world are lauded, and in other circles are criticized. Now, this video, okay, the weirdness of this video, I've just been watching it, and I do listen through things, see how, what people are saying. There's a transcript here, and it occurred to me that playing it back at the normal speed, so it's on normal here, so let's just start playing it and have a listen.
A clip for you that's been viewed more than 26 million times.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles, but microbes.
That was Bill Gates back in 2015, 5 years ago, warning about precisely the kind of threat we're all facing right now. Since then, Gates has been doing everything he can to prevent a pandemic. 2 months ago, the Gates Foundation committed $100 million to fight the coronavirus.
I'll put the link in the description, so you can sort of do this yourself. But if we just get forward now to...
So how dangerous, how fearsome is this virus, and how do you see this epidemic playing out in the U.S.?
Well, this is it.
Right, now when it cuts to Bill Gates in the full frame here, there's a weirdness. I mean, I was watching it, and I was starting to feel slightly sort of, oh God, a bit dizzy. And I thought there's something really strange about this frame rate on this video.
A nightmare scenario, because human-to-human transmissible respiratory viruses can grow exponentially. And, if we had kept on...
Exponentially. I don't know if it's my broadband connection or what.
On going to work, traveling like we were, that curve would never bend until you had the majority of the people infected, and then a massive number seeking hospital care and lots of deaths. So, we've had to use quarantine, which is...
See, that is doing that again. Now, let's just go back and play that bit again. Okay. And on YouTube, you can vary the speed. So, playback speed, play it back at 1.5 times.
Scenario, because human-to-human transmissible respiratory viruses can grow exponentially. And, if we had kept on going to work, traveling like we were, that curve would never bend until you had the majority of the people infected, and then a massive number seeking hospital care and lots of deaths. So, we've had to use quarantine, which is a...
I'm just going to try and get this on so I know that we've got the proper full screen on. Share screen. Share screen. I want to share. This one. Right. So, right, okay, and I want to go to this. Right. Okay. Now, are we working now? Sorry for this, because it is live, and I'm just wanting to. So here we go, and let's just put this one over here so I can see. Yep, that's right. So I'm just monitoring that on my second screen now. So back to Bill Gates, and just to repeat this.
Human transmissible respiratory viruses can grow exponentially.
So that's at 1.5 times.
Going to work, traveling like we were, that
this is
curve
normal.
would never bend until you had the majority of the respiratory viruses can grow exponentially. And, if we had kept
That's normal, and that frame rate has definitely been changed. Now, if we just go to 1.25 times, okay.
This epidemic playing out in the U.S.
Well, this is a nightmare scenario because human-to-human transmissible respiratory viruses can grow exponentially. And, if we had kept on going to work, traveling like we were, that curve would never bend until you had the majority of the people infected. And then...
Right, now that's at 1.25 times. So at the normal speed, it's, I think, slowed down from his normal speaking voice. And that frame rate has a curious sort of almost soporific or hypnotic effect on what he's saying. And my contention is that this video being produced by Fox News and putting out what Bill Gates is saying is intentionally played at a rate to create a sort of a hypnotic effect. Now, it was well known in the days of television that television flickered at a rate that did induce a hypnotic effect. And that's what this film here, Don't Watch Television, this documentary, is all about.
To you, men and women in the service of America.
Citizens have been publicly claiming for years that they are under attack from a directed energy weapon that attacks their physical bodies and their central nervous system.
Unidentified man went berserk last
Where does she get her view of the world?
14 people are dead, including
Who will be her role models?
I'm not going to dwell on this, but if you do look at that video and watch it, it talks about the flicker rate of the cathode ray tube that television used to be. And then obviously when television went to digital and we had digital signals, that flicker rate that could be produced sort of in analog signals through a cathode ray tube, I think they're actually managing now to replicate that in YouTube videos. And so that's the point there. The link will be below, and you can watch this. I mean, they're not going to censor this. This is part of the major propaganda campaign about the so-called COVID-19 coronavirus. I mean, I may be sounding like a complete kook here. I can assure you that nothing would please me more if Bill Gates was actually correct. But he clearly is not. What he says in this whole interview is absolutely fact-free. He's at one point, if we look at the comments, there's one comment that says about he smirks when he mentions Couchy. Now, I did another blog where he was interviewed on the TED Talks. And then there's also an organization called Gavi that are into the vaccines and stuff. And they're interviewed on the guy that heads that up, who are massively funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. On these TED Talk things, they were smirking as well. Now, let's just find the comment that I'm referring to here. let's see, where is it? It's down here somewhere. There's my comment. Let's just, it's Fauci, isn't it? 5. Fauci. No. So no. See, look out, there it is. Yeah, 256. Look, 256.
Dr. Fauci is doing a very good job of saying the numbers are what count here, and
right. So that's at 1 1/4 times. So let's just reinforce that. Normal. And now my connection is slowing down. Well, the point is made, and so I'm stopping sharing my screen now. Back to me. If you follow the links in the blog and go on my blog, you'll find also a video called The Anatomy of COVID-19, which is a physician by the name of Kaufman, who talks about body's exosomes and how coronaviruses are ubiquitous in our physiology. And it's called, as I say, The Anatomy of COVID-19. So, yeah, have a look at that, see what you make of it.